Hello, welcome to our unique learning system math lesson. My name is Charlotte Lucas. I am an autism low incidence mentor teacher with Richmond Public Schools, and I am delighted to be able to work with you today. Our math lesson today is writing and solving equations. We're going to look at some vocabulary. We're going to use the word problem to write an equation, and we're going to solve some equations. We have a lot to do, so let's get to work. All right, so we are going to be writing equations. This is as algebra, guys and girls, and our vocabulary word is variable. A variable is an alphabet that replaces a number. Usually the variables are A, B, and C, but that is not limited to A, B, and C. It can be X, it can be Y, it can be R. In this equation, we're using A, B, and C, and we are going to set up our equation, and then for this page, all we're going to do is write the equation. So let's read what we have. Ryan washes 13 dishes at the restaurant. Randy washes 9 dishes at the restaurant. How many dishes do they wash altogether? Really easy math problem, right? Well, we're going to replace the numbers with alphabets. And Ryan with 13 dishes is going to be A. Randy is going with 9 dishes is going to be B. And C is the variable that we don't know. That's the unknown variable. We do not know what the answer is. We've got to solve to find the answer for C. What is C? All right, so the way that we lay out our problem, our equation would be A plus B will equal C. All of the equations that we're using today, A plus B will equal to C. Now, in this equation, now that we've written it down, we know which way we want, we know the way it's going to be done, we replace the numbers for the alphabets. So A will be 13. Bring down your plus sign because you're just rewriting your equation so that you can solve it. B is 9. And that will equal C, which is unknown. We are trying to solve for C. That is the way our equation will read. Now we're going to be able to solve the equation. All right, so that is writing the equation. It is very important that you have your word problem broken down into parts correctly so that your equation will be written correctly. Let's do another one. Now that we've got it, we know what's going on. Now I'll read the word problem first. Brent puts 14 books on shelves at the library. Danielle puts 6 books on shelves at the library. How many more books does Brent put on shelves than Danielle? Now, first things first, if you have a phrase that says, how many more than, you know the operation is going to be subtraction. Very good. So in our previous equation, the operation was addition. In this equation, our operation is going to be subtraction. So the variables are the same. A, we line it up, B, and C. Now let's put it on, let's line it up the way we were going to solve it. A plus, I'm sorry, I said addition, and I just told you the operation was subtraction, and I do it every time. Subtract B will equal C. Very good. Now, all we have to do is replace the variables for numbers. Well, we know what A is. A is 14. And our operation is subtraction. B is 6. and that will equal C. C is the unknown variable. That is what we would be solving for. That's how you write an equation. It's very simple. The most important thing is to make sure that you have lined your word problem up so that your A, B, and C are very clear, and then you can translate that information into your formula and solve the problem. So let's see what that would look like to solve. And this is a graphic organizer. It looks like a whole lot on the page, but we're going to use this because it's a very good graphic organizer. We will be able to work that out. So let's see. We're going to read our problem first. Excuse me. Mary Beth waters 18 plants at the greenhouse. Randy waters bee plants at the greenhouse. They water 38 plants altogether. How many plants does Randy water? Okay, so let's line up our equation. We know we have A, Randy is B, and C. The answer would be C. Now, B, we don't know B this time. Before, the variable that was unknown was C. This time, the variable that's unknown is B. So let's plug in our equation. It would be A plus B equals C. All right, we have our equation lined up. We have our variables in place. Now we're going to just substitute the numbers for the variables. A will be 18. We're going to bring down our plus sign. And B is our unknown. This is our unknown variable this time. B is our unknown variable, and it will equal to C, which is 38. Excellent. Now let's see how we can solve this. Okay. If we solve the equation, now this is how this works. We want our equation to read B equals and what the value of B would be. That's the way we want it to be at the end. In order for that to happen, in order for that equation to look that way, on this side of the equal sign, I need to get rid of that number 18. So all that'll be left is B. That's the way we want it to read. So if I want to get rid of 18, which is a positive number, I just have to subtract that same amount. 18 minus 18 will equal 0. If I do that, what I'll have on this side is just B. But if I subtract 18 on this side, which is A, I must subtract the same amount on the other side. I have to subtract what I do to one side, I have to do it to the other to solve the equation. So let's see what we've got here. So we've got A, and that would be minus A. We're trying to get rid of will equal to, that should be plus B will equal to C minus A, because we have to subtract the same thing on both sides. That's the way our formula will read to solve the problem. So we have our formula down. Let's substitute the numbers. So A is 18. Let's put 18 in. 18, subtract 18. Whoops. How about 18? Plus B, plus B, and B is unknown. will equal C, which is 38, and we're going to minus 18 on this side like we minus 18 on the other side. Excellent. All right, that part is done. Now let's see what we can get rid of. 18 minus 18 is 0. We are reducing, reducing, reducing. Let's put that in. That's going to, 18 minus 18 is 0. Plus b, we're going to bring our b over again, our plus sign again. Doesn't want to go in. Plus b will equal, now we have 38 minus 18. We can combine that and come up with one number. So I'm going to subtract. I'm going to use front loading to subtract. I'm going to go to my tens place on each number. 3 minus 1. 3 tens minus 1 10 will be 2 tens. And 8 minus 8 will be 0 in the ones place. So b equals 20. Let's see what happens. I will not need the 0 and the plus on this side. That is no longer needed because it does not help or change anything in our equation. What I'm left with is b, which is what I want it to be left, will equal 20. And we have solved the equation. B equals 20. Can I leave now? Can I just move on? No. Now you want to make sure that it works. You always check your work. Fill in the numbers for all variables. So A plus, this is our original equation. A plus B will equal C. All right, let's plug in the numbers. Now, this is the original equation. So we know that A was 18 plus B, plus B, and I'm supposed to be putting numbers in there, okay, which we have found B is 20. So now B is 20. That will equal C, and our original equation was 38. Okay, now we have to reduce this again. We have to combine these two numbers because we have to figure out what is 18 plus 20 so that this side will look just like that side for the answer. So 18 plus 20, I'm going to add the same way. My tens place, I have a 1 and a 2, which 1 plus 2 is 3. And then 8 plus 0 in the ones place. 8 plus 0 is going to be 8. 38 will equal 38. Okay, is the equation true? Well, yes, it's true because 38 equals 38. That is a true answer. So since B equals 20, Randy waters how many plants? 20. That was the question. How many plants does Randy water? All right. Whew. We went through that kind of quickly, didn't we? Yeah, let's try another one. But we have to just see if we've got it. And I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes I get a little confused when we start changing things around. So if I get it wrong, don't laugh. We're all in it together. We can work it out. All right, so let's read our equation. It says Brent has A dogs to walk at the animal shelter. So there are no numbers here. They're telling us that so A is our unknown variable today for this problem. Okay. And this one, he has walked 5 dogs so far. So that's B. A plus B equals C. And that will equal to C. There are 7 dogs left to walk. how many dogs does Brent have to walk? If the equation, if your word problem says something is left, that makes you know subtraction has happened. Subtraction is the operation. There are 7 dogs left to walk. So let's try to, I'm the one that's going to forget. You're going to be fine. Miss Lucas is always the one who forgets. So let's put in our equation and going across so that we can solve our problem. A plus B. And did you see what I just did? I said minus, I put in plus. So glad that that red box shows up. A plus B equals C. All right. Now, what do we know? Do we know what variables do we know the number is? So A, we don't know what A is. Brent has A dogs. We don't know what A is. So we're going to put A right there. That's the unknown variable. We bring down our minus sign, minus B, and we know B is 5. And bring down our equal sign, equals C, which is 7. All right, we've written our equation. All right, let's see if it works. Let's see if it will work. Solve the equation. So here we have A minus B plus B will equal C minus, oh, we added this time. Our original operation was subtraction. So this time we added. So this time we must add plus B. All right. In this equation, we want it to say A equals, because we're trying to find out what is A. A equals on this side. So I've got to get rid of this 5. My 5 is already, I'm sorry, my B is already minus 5. That minus 5, that's what's here. So it's a minus B plus B. In order to get that to equal 0, I must add 5. A minus 5 plus 5 will equal 0. All right? But everything I do on one side has to be done on this side. So my C also, I have to add B to it. So let's give it a try. A will equal, is what we're trying to, A is what we're trying to solve for this time. And that will be 5 plus 5, which will equal C, which is 7, plus B, which is 5, positive 5. We had a minus 5 on the left side of the equal sign. Equal means that everything on this side has to be equal to everything on this side. That's the way it must end. Okay, so we are trying to get rid of these numbers on this side so that we can have just A left. We have A left, we can read A equals. So if I have minus 5 plus 5, that's going to equal 0. That's the rule. That's the way it always is. 5, a minus 5 and a plus 5 will equal 0. We still have our A. And bring down our equal sign. And then 7 plus 5. So I'm going to put that 7 in my head. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that'll be 12. Okay, so let's bring it down. Let's reduce it even more. What we have over here, what is left is A. This is 0, so I'm not going to use it. If it's 0, I can't, no sense you equals, and when I put that together, 12. If it would click in there, how about 12? Excellent. Now, are we finished? No, we have some more to do. Now that we have that answer, we have to check our work. We have to make sure that we got it right. There's a possibility that we could have gotten something wrong. So let's just check ourselves. So we go back to the original equation, which is A plus, oh, it was minus. I apologize. I do it every time. Minus B will equal C. Okay, that's our original equation once we read it. So, what is A? In this problem, A is, we found that A will equal 12. That's what we found. That was the variable that we couldn't find out, but we found out that it equals 12. And then 12 minus B is 5. Will equal C, and C is 7. All right. Let's see if these two numbers combined will equal the same thing that's on this side. Remember, whatever's on this side must equal to what's on this side in order for the equation to be true. So if I have 12 minus 5, so I'll put 12 in my head, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Ooh, 12 minus 5. 12, I put my 12 in my head. Miss Lucas is having a rough time over here. Let's give it a try again. 12 minus 5. 12 minus 5. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Woo, did it right that time. Minus 7. 12 minus 5 will be 7. Bring down our equal sign. And bring down the 7. 7 equals 7. The number on this side is the same as that side. So this equals is true. Is the equation true? Yes. We know we got it right. So since since B, I'm sorry, we were solving for A. Since A equals 12, Brent has 12 dogs to watch. Whew, that was some doing. We did a lot of work. We did a lot of math for this problem. I'm going to tell you something about this. It makes you pay attention to what you're doing. Miss Lucas found herself putting in the wrong operation sign here and there. But when you're doing it manually and you follow each step by step, you should get the right answer. Remember that if you add or subtract on one side of that equal sign, you have to do the same number added or subtracted from the other side of the equal sign. If you do that, you will always get it correct. Another thing that will always help you to get your problem correct is if you lay out your word problem correctly. So when you read your word problem and you separate your variables A, B, and C, and you lay it out, A minus or A plus B will equal to C, then you substitute your numbers in, you should always get it right. In the in the question, make sure that you're looking for those keywords. If something is left, you know that's a difference, you know that's subtraction. If it says all together, you know that that's addition. Excellent. How many more than? That means also subtraction. If you keep those things in mind, you'll be just fine. Now, I'm going to do another lesson in algebra. It'll help you and it'll help me. I had a good time today. I think we learned a lot. You did a great job. I look forward to working with you again. Bye bye now.